So yeah, so year two was a very challenging year. So maybe year one was amazing. Year two was a challenging year. I had to deal with a lot of failures, and mainly it was self-imposed. It's just like I said, let success get into my head. I thought I knew it all. You know, as a 20 now, I'm 23 years old, 24 years old. I mean, what does a 24-year-old kid know?
Right.
But it woke me up because it you know when you're down on your knee, then you just realize that hey, listen, just I need to refocus, re-strategize, and re-execute my plan. And again, the same individual that was there for me from day one was there for me again.
To pick you up, kind of when you fell.
Absolutely.
So you're here. Is there bills? Is there family? Are you by yourself?
I was
what are
single.
you working? What's the why?
I was not
Yeah.
married. You know what? My drive was, and it still drives me till today, Vinny, is growth. I cherish growth. I love growth. To me, it's if that's what drives me as an individual. It's the chase of just sometimes it feels like almost chasing like nothing, like an illusion, but it's the growth. It's like the idea that I want to do better today than I did yesterday, or do better today or this year than I did last year. Just a measure. It becomes a gradual improvement toward massive success.
So you're goal orientated.
Without a doubt.
Okay. Long term, short term, etc.
A long term, and then bring it down to short term, and then measure.
And you feel that's important to get where you got.
Oh,
go.
you will not go anywhere if you don't have big goals.
Okay. So let's try to think of when's the moment when you're like, I'm going to open up my own place, and how that happens.
I know you want to get there.
Yeah. I love the journey. We don't got to rush to get there. But I think it's so interesting where we're going.
Well,
Yeah.
this is year 2 of 19 in real estate. Having the idea of doing something was on my own was in 2007, so it was years later. And it was a manifestation of an event that happened that it almost forced my hand to do it.
Oh, and I feel like that's a great thing because that happens to me all the time, and I talk about how problems I come out stronger on the other end, and that's how you grow when you so you're saying something caused you.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Absolutely.
Good. So go
absolutely.
ahead.
So of course I've gone refocused, regrouped with my on my real estate business. Got it to take off again, started to do well again, but however, I learned from my past failures not to take my foot off the gas. So, continued a nice journey, nice trajectory, and then the company that I was with decided to put me into a management track because they, again, saw potential in leadership. And so they invested in me to learn about leadership skills and personal development. Within months in the program, I was appointed a manager of a small branch office in Pomona, Rockland County, not Pomona, California. I was always in New York.
I'm actually familiar with Pomona, believe it or not. I might be one of the only people that knows where Pomona is that listens to this podcast.
I would like to say it's Pomona and not elaborate, so hopefully people think that I lived in California. So I managed that branch office for about 18 months, and just the numbers were extraordinary. It's just the growth trajectory that happened in that short period of time allowed me the opportunity to come back and manage a bigger office in Westchester County. And I did that for.
So now you're not doing real estate anymore.
I'm in management now.
So which you can't do the.
A manager. I was a manager.
But I see.
Not a leader. I was a manager.
But a lot of times I see with that in our company now, and a lot of companies, for a realtor that's doing well to become a manager is sometimes a pay cut. So that's a tough decision too, correct?
Absolutely, and it's you know what it. What I enjoyed about real estate is the positive influence that I add to people's lives. So it didn't matter if I was working with buyers and or sellers, if they were replaced with realtors.
Okay.
And through them, we're doing it for their clients and customers, as well as helping realtors make better careers out of their real estate journey.
Do you feel it's important to be a good realtor to be a manager, or do you think a successful manager does not need to be a good realtor?
There are two schools out there that advocate for both sides. For a while, I thought that you had to be a great realtor in order for you to be a great leader or a great manager. Just so you know, to emphasize something, and I use the word manager once only after I came to Keller Williams, when I started to understand the meaning of leadership. So I was trained to be a great manager. But there was a disconnect in managerial tasks. It's just, when it's all about, the day-to-day operation, and it wasn't about big goals, big pictures. And so eventually I reached a ceiling where I knew that something was missing. It's just I plateaued, and so hence why the journey of me resigning my position at the time and going out there trying to figure out what's next, what's out there for me.